Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network. I'm your host, Josh Sanch. As always, we are covering the 2023 Arnold Classic South America, aka the Arnold Classic Brazil. And we have at least for me, a very surprising top two coming out of Prejudging. Of course, Behrooz Tabani winning the Romania Pro last year, qualifying for the Olympia, unable to travel for visa issues, has returned to the pro stage to clinch another Olympia qualification. And newcomer, new pro, turning pro last year, and then competing in his first show, the Muscle Contest Brazil, placing second. Coming into this show, looking to be a top two finisher, Wellington Baptista. These are your top two after prejudging here at the Arnold Classic South America. And when I look at this lineup, I wasn't too surprised to see Behrooz Tabani in the top two here. I thought that this was going to be a clear victory for him. Although some of these competitors have shown up to be challenging to him, I don't think that the lineup was deep enough to really give him too much of a challenge, a push. Saying that, I do think that he does have some issues that we need to address. And let's go ahead and start off with the big elephant in the room, is he is sweating a lot. Now, there is going to be a lot of different reasons why you might sweat like this. You could be, one, and usually the more popular one when you look at the amateur ranks is you're not practicing your posing enough, and you just start sweating because the lighting is hot, the stage is hot, and you're stressed and you're excited and things like that. It happens, right? This is not an amateur stage, so I don't assume it's that. It could be a exogenous substance reaction. Some of the different supplementations that these pros take could cause a blood sugar drop or things of that nature, causing him to sweat profusely. His body is reacting negatively to the exogenous supplementation. And probably what's actually happening is this guy's not from Brazil. The humidity is probably a lot hotter. Maybe even on the stage, it's even hotter still. Wellington is a Brazil native, so he's probably used to posing, practicing, being in this environment. And Behrooz Tabani from Iran, not familiar specifically with Brazil. They do not have visa issues. Brazil, Iran, China, Russia, South Africa, all those countries are they have like a little alliance, so they're actually able to go back and forth through those countries quite easily compared to any of those countries trying to come to the U.S. So that is something most people don't think about, but it is what it is. Going to the footage, as looks like Totoro's about to have a hairball. Looking at the back shots, I do still think that Behrooz Tabani is going to end up, poor guy. I think he's going to end up winning this show just with the muscle maturity, the thickness. He's got it. When I look at that, that's my thought. How much the sweating and the running of the tan is going to affect his placings, I'm not too sure. When you think about what the judges are looking at and what they have to look at is they can't look at what a competitor has brought to a previous show, or at least they shouldn't, right? It's not fair to the competitors. It's not fair to other competitors. They also cannot judge him on potential or what somebody might look like or could look like. When it comes to judging, the judges should only judge what is in front of them. And when we look at these shots, when we look at this comparison between Wellington and Behrooz Tabani, I think that Behrooz has more muscle. I think he has more maturity. I think he has more detail in some shots. I will say that Wellington from the front in the quad department is very impressive looking, and I do want to give him that nod. I think he does look phenomenal, but when we look at this lineup, I think Behrooz Tabani brought at least enough what he needed to bring to clinch another Olympia qualification. Hopefully, him and his team can be on top or be more on top of getting a traveling visa for this upcoming Olympia. There's lots of time for them to make it, so I genuinely hope that they do. Of course, we are still very, very fresh into the 2023 competitive calendar, so there's going to be a lot of opportunities for competitors to qualify on the Olympia. Of course, the points standard has been removed, so although Mr. Wellington might be second place here, he probably won't win, but if he does place second, he does not get a nice handful of points to qualify for the Olympia. That is gone. So in reality, it only removes about 3 people from the stage. So I don't think it does too much of a change for the bigger divisions. It definitely does hurt the smaller divisions, fitness, women's bodybuilding. That's about it. There's no other, maybe wheelchair, but wheelchair I think is all invitational only. So they're the one division that kind of sounds kind of crappy to say, but they kind of get a free handout when it comes to showing up at the Olympia. But that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen, for my recap of the top 2 for this year's Arnold Classic South America. Make sure you stay tuned for more as we continue to cover the show throughout the day. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe here to the Bodybuilding News Network. Check out the other talk shows we have here on the network. Lots of fun and entertaining content, educational as well in some situations. And we have some more of the Women's Physique Report with IFBB Pro Women's Bodybuilding Olympia Danielle Willis. We have another episode of that coming out this weekend, so stay tuned for that. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Josh Sanch, as always, and I'll see you in the next one.